Alright guys, welcome to a special edition of the Kissing Addict podcast.
Alright. Yeah.
Huh?
That's the energy.
That's better.
Listen, that's the energy I wanted.
You guys holding back, you guys.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's our second take, guys. 'Cause he gave me some like polite welcome back to the Kissing Addict.
No, I was being a gentleman, man.
A gentleman?
Yeah, man.
No, give me energy.
Oh, for real, you're an energy girl.
What are we talking about?
But about the introduction.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's good to have you here.
I don't need polite. Thank you.
It's been a long time coming.
I know. I've been dying to get on the thing.
Shazz is one of our number one fans, Bashir. Eh?
I really am.
Maze from day zero. Yeah, man. Can you imagine?
She's been there since the inception.
But she's taken so long to get here.
I know.
Huh? And then also we have Dag Muta in the building.
Hello.
Yo, what it do?
You guy!
What it do, baby?
Dag Muta, you guys Kales are taking all this pod.
They have to be eyes and ears in every room.
You know there's always a Kale here.
What the fuck? It's
Bashir,
true. He's our hired.
Brian
Yeah.
Mutai.
Yes.
Huh?
Is Brian also here?
Yeah, see when a man is here, Brian is always here.
But Brian is a producer, right?
Yeah, no, he just says things.
He's just
from
laying around.
Yeah.
He's just gathering info for the government.
It's gonna be a.
has been thrown around very
loosely.
in this podcast.
Yeah, I don't think we have a producer, right?
I'm a little sad that Steve isn't here. For whatever reason, he's not here because I feel like for me, he's part of the mess and the juice of.
Oh, for real, huh?
Yeah.
You guys, Steve has real fans, you guys.
He
Huh?
does.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's actually.
We
Is there anyone
supported.
who's on this podcast because of me?
Listen, we supported his.
Maybe we should try something.
Actually,
I need some supporters, man.
listen.
But anyway, I'm kidding. You're saying?
Okay, we support him. Yeah.
No, Steve
Get your
is,
act together, Steve.
Yeah, Steve just needs
Yes.
to aache kukataa elimu.
Yeah, but I think he's everyone on the podcast is everyone's favorite person to reprimand. Like
Absolutely.
everybody in this pod has a space in their heart for reprimand.
Absolutely.
To reprimand someone.
Yeah.
But they don't have, their kids are not of age or something. So
So we're
Steve
taking
is
that
the
on
guy to
Steve.
reprimand.
It's
So
true.
it's like, "Kwa kijana wewe soma."
Yeah, Maz. And then he's the youngest. I remember the first time we met him, you were saying he used to get bullied a lot. Huh?
He looks like someone who get bullied a lot, though.
But although he'd say that he used to fight back,
Oh,
which is right up his alley.
It fits
Even his
the-
current record.
His literal record.
okay.
We should be the next one to go to boy, man, and we taught some self-defense.
But that's dangerous.
Why do you
That's
say
true.
No, he might screw us up over here on this podcast.
Can one of you just pick up Ken Bedda's offer for real, though?
No, I'm supposed to go for the next episode.
Oh.
He told me to come to
I think he's playing us.
He's playing us. Ken Bedda is playing us.
No,
He's gonna
but-
kumonga both of you.
So, Shaz,
But he has those.
Kisiangani, Dark, Kisiangani, welcome.
He has those.
what's happening? You're falling down. Ease up, man. Sorry. Maybe you should go and get the other seat. Ah, shit!
We've dropped Kisiangani's dinner.
Maz, I was planning to eat that for breakfast.
Biryani, as far as the eye can
I've
see.
counted. It's only 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Bacteria did not have enough time.
No, just pick it up. We'll sort it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it'll be a bit icky, right?
Yeah, I should get a...
Should I give you a dustpan?
Just cover it with the blood of Jesus.
Continue then.
There is a dustpan right there. You can use. Luckily, we have it here. So, Shaz, last time I saw you, you were at Mamito and Friends.
Oh my God, yes.
How's that?
A lot of fun. I'm so impressed with Mamito and how much she's created this thing. Have you seen she has another gig in December? I mean, I'm sure you know that
Mamito
already.
and Boyfriends.
And I hope so. Mamito and Lovers.
But she's not told me about it. Man.
Mamito and
I
Exes.
think it's because I didn't go and eat her pancakes.
Yeah, listen, guys, Mamito cooks for Manu
Huh?
blueberry.
Very
Pancake.
You understand like how that is an acquired taste.
She's not told me about it. But then she's a really good cook, huh?
Is she really?
Which was surprising to me.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, I know she's a good cook. She cooks. She once cooked ndengu and rice. Huh? But then that
Okay.
ndengu was like the best
Slaps.
ndengu ever, mas. Okay, shout out to whoever's ever cooked ndengu.
Wait, was this in your single days or married days? Like, was it recent?
Yeah, it was recent.
I feel like anything we feed you, Manu, will be amazing.
No, it was dope. I
Anything.
tell you why. I thought Mamito is one of those, cute cooks.
What? Excuse me?
No, as in, the stereotype. I never thought she.
Even that she doesn't like it.
Yeah. So I actually told her. That's why I'm even saying it away on the podcast. I'm like, Kenny, you can cook. Check, I can turn it on when I want. I'm like, damn. And then now she also made those blueberry pancakes. Mamito is a really good cook.
Yo, but
In fact, I told her I see her in a different light.
making someone pancakes though.
Checking the light.
It's like. So
I started
good.
changing my voice. Check it, so
Yeah.
Mamito, what are you up to, by the way?
Exactly, that's the thing. Pancakes you get like when you spend the night at home.
Oh,
I'm not
for
starting rumors. I'm just saying.
No, but no. So we were neighbors.
You are.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
neighbors when I was
Were.
in Saudi.
Past tense. Okay.
Yeah. So I just go upstairs because I was alone in the house. She's alone in her
Okay.
house. So we formed some sort of
Oh,
support group.
that's so cute.
Jackie, do you hate your ex?
That's so good.
Tells me how she hates. So yeah, so that's how I got cooked for pancakes up on a pilot.
Aw.
Yeah.
But I
So,
think-
but you're saying the gig was dope?
It was really, really good. Really good audience. Amazing energy. All the celebs came late. I don't get that, but that's okay. But it was good.
Did you headline or you were just
No.
one of the features?
I realized I'm not such a fan of the pressure of headlining or bulleting. I like being I'm like sandwich. I want to be in the meat in the middle.
All right.
I like
So
that.
you love energy and sandwich, right?
Yes. Two things we've established. Actually, I don't like sandwich, but let's just go with that.
Ah,
Yeah.
man. So
I feel like this podcast is just you always unleashing some part of Manu's horniness.
What do you mean,
He's
you guys?
single.
this is a very
Right?
safe
Yes.
pod.
It's actually
Been keeping
true.
track. We're waiting for Komonga to
Yeah.
Who says Komonga?
More than checky now, actually.
Yeah,
The
Sindio.
last record was 8 minutes and we had 7 and already it's
Okay.
eating.
Yeah. You're already hitting it.
Well, but what are you guys talking about? See, I'm talking about the show. Huh?
Yeah.
So what are you guys on
But
about?
just your illusion of.
No, which illusion, you guys? You guys need to check out how you're thinking.
No, it's not.
So Shazz, sandwich.
Sandwich.
So you enjoyed the gig. It was you, Shiko.
Justine, Ruth,
Uh,
and Mamito was the queen, of
Uh,
course. Yeah. it was
there's
really-
a chick buddy of mine who I got tickets to come and watch.
Oh.
Yeah,
And did she turn up?
yeah, she did.
Were
she
you
actually
there?
said she enjoyed
Next
the
to
set.
her?
No, I wasn't there. We had a gig with Doug.
Oh yes, you did. I remember that. You came in after.
At Chemi Chemi.
Yeah.
She was saying she really loved Shazz and Ruth.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
I like when people like me.
Does your family come out to check
They
you on stage?
usually come out to play, but now they've chilled out. Early days they were there for everything.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you think they're used to the scene now? Like they're like,
No. They will still come, but I don't put any pressure on them to come.
so they come if they feel like coming.
If I tell them to come, they will come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell them to come for this last time?
I was just like, I don't know. I think we had things to do. They had things to do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm really like a lot of my siblings are not night people. They come because of me.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're
How's
you
your
know,
sister?
somebody's-
Is it Rain?
With my sister Annie.
Oh,
the
Annie's
mother of Rain.
Yeah, she's good though.
Yeah, she's very good. Yeah.
You guys skipped an entire generation. How's your sister?
I'm like, what do you know about my niece, you perv? Manu.
But you guys ever met Shazz's sisters?
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How
To
many
Kowengi.
sisters do you have?
I think awesome is an understatement.
Yeah.
How many sisters do you have?
Kowengi to
They
Kowengi.
told me the one time I was at Apero's Shazz's show.
Uh-huh.
Then
Yeah.
I ended up just opening up to Annie.
Oh, you said talking.
She just pulled stuff out
Yeah.
of me.
It's that therapist vibe
She's a
she
therapist.
has.
So
She's
she
like,
knows how
"Hi,
to
dog.
listen.
Yes.
Tell me, how are you?
Yeah. And, oh, yeah.
Yeah. I see your.
Oh, man.
Is that your fourth drink? No.
And then we
no.
were drinking. It was fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was actually it was a session.
You guys,
It
Shazz's
was.
sisters at
It
the
was a free
bomb.
session.
You know, the first time I met Shazz, she was with her sister
Yeah.
at Hot 96.
Yeah. That's
She
how I
used
met
to
you.
manage you.
Say that again.
She used to manage you.
No, I don't
Ish.
think. I don't think that's possible. But a lot of people think she's older than me because of how she carries herself. And I just want to get on stage and say penis, vagina, dick, pussy. Oh, is that? Can I
Do
say
you
those?
feel? No, yeah, you can say.
Oh, okay.
You can even say Komonga.
Start with Komonga.
Yeah, I heard if you swear and say things in Swat, YouTube doesn't need you so much. In Sheng, Sindio.
I think now they're gonna hire some
Yeah.
local
Yeah.
moderators after Andrew
Moderators.
Kive's
Komonga.
corporate lesbian segment. What the heck was that? You guys? But anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Shazz, the first time I met Shazz Dag was at Hot 96. She'd come for an interview. It was Jeff Koinange, Hamo the professor, and it was during, and your sister, right?
Yeah.
So it was during, I think that you came to talk about Westgate.
Yeah.
How did they get you?
It was. I don't know how they got us, but it was the anniversary of the thing,
Yeah.
the attack, and they were looking for people. No, I know what it was. My sister and I had given a talk about it
Uh-huh.
for Engage.
Yes.
And
Oh,
so
okay.
then they were like, come and talk to us about this thing.
Oh,
blah, blah,
you
blah, blah,
actually
blah.
did a talk on Engage.
Mhm.
Shit.
So it's really weird when people meet me from the Engage thing because it's very, it's PG rated. My sister
Alright.
like quotes the Bible. It's wonderful.
Is
And
this-
then this actually on Saturday we had a gig with Punchline. Sorry, Punchline.
alright.
Shout out.
Shout out Punchline.
And
Yeah.
Some guys
Yay.
came up and they were like, "You're the chick from Engage,"
All right.
and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am."
And how did the Engage guys find you?
So interesting. My sister we'd gone for an Engage, and Annie actually, because when I started doing Queendom and I was doing a lot of body positivity stuff and blah blah blah, and so she was like, "You need to get my sister on your thing. She needs to talk about, self-acceptance and self-love and blah blah blah." And Dawn, who we love but is very straightforward.
Who's Don?
Dawn, he's one of the two who's behind Engage. He was like, it's great, but I don't think he cared for body positivity anything. But he was like, tell me something interesting about her.
Okay.
And so my sister was like, you want me to tell you something interesting about my sister? And she said, my sister threw herself over me when we were at the supermarket during the Westgate attack. She said something like that. And he was like, fuck, forget body positivity, tell me that story. So that's how we got into that. Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear the story of how she threw herself over?
Pana, go listen to the podcast.
I've listened to it.
He has listened. You haven't
Oh,
listened
you
to
have?
the podcast.
Have you
Yeah.
listened?
It's heavy stuff.
It
Why did
is.
you listen, you guys?
I didn't
It's
know.
pretty intense. He didn't know. Why didn't you know?
I'm just
But
finding about
Bash,
it right now.
why didn't you know?
You should know this kind of things.
I like the imagine.
Yeah.
So you're
Switch.
sensitive when you're talking about shit.
So you guys don't care about Shazz, you guys?
Shazz.
Yeah.
I love Shazz. What do you
You guys don't love
I
her.
do.
In the current political climate, Bashir, be careful what you say.
Man.
No, I love you. Bash, we love you.
Yeah, so now Shazz came
Yeah.
for that interview with Jeff Koinange. Me, I was sitting up on the side. I was a nobody there, you guys.
Yeah,
Hoping
Shadow.
to be someone. Yeah, I was actually Shadow. They used to call me Shadow.
Jeff used to call you.
Yeah, he used to call me Shadow. So I saw Shazz and she was so interesting that I thought she can do stand-up.
Yes.
Is that the day I told you about stand-up?
It is. I there's a part of me that feels like maybe you regret telling me that, but I was
No, I
like,
don't
Manu
regret.
doesn't know. If I have the slightest interest in something, if you just say, Shaz, you should try this, I would probably do
Oh,
it.
so you'd actually thought about it.
So it was
before.
low hang. No, I just love stand up comedy, but I never thought I could do it.
But did I
And
tell
then
you there, or did I tell you when we met at BYSS?
No, there. Because you were like, I have some friends. Actually, you told me about
Like,
Doug
yeah.
and Mamito.
Oh, I told you about
so you're
Doug.
like, I have these friends. We do this, and I was like, oh, I know Mamito. Sorry, I didn't know you, Doug, at the time.
It's really heartbreaking, but considering everything that I had done.
Yes.
Which was a lot.
Well, he did sell that angle, and I had just finished like binge watching Mamito.
Oh, okay.
Her, her Churchill stuff, and I loved her.
Ah.
So yeah, so I
But
was
you
like,
guys, I love you guys. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah, you saw
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I remember you told us about Shaz. You're like, oh, there's this chick I talked to.
Yeah. And then I started stalking you guys.
All
yeah,
right.
came to Capasa, I remember. Blues.
Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And within no time, you started going out.
Yeah.
To the Monday.
Yeah, I liked the Monday vibe.
Yeah, the Monday vibe.
So when was the first time you went? You actually decided to go up?
I think I came to Blues for a bunch, like maybe a couple, like 2 or 3 months before I felt like, and then I think someone put their foot down and said you have to get on stage. So one of you organizers, and so I was like, okay. And actually, I remember like I didn't bomb, I semi-bombed. I remember telling this story about how when I went to Jamaica, I had to like shit in a plastic bag. And that was my first experience with flying toilets. I need to anyway.
Is that a true story?
True story.
For real? You went to Jamaica.
Yeah,
Let's start from there.
Yeah.
You went on holiday.
yeah. I went for a wedding.
All right.
Yeah,
Who's
I
getting
tend to
married?
travel for weddings.
Uh-huh.
A friend of mine from Australia.
All right. A girlfriend? Chicks really travel for their friends' widows. Eh?
We do.
They make already call you and tell you good luck. Check it. So Doug, you're marrying next week on Thursday. No,
Good
that
luck.
day I was hooking up with some chick in Mada.
And yeah, there's some books I have to buy.
Yeah. There's some exercises.
Yes, for
Yeah.
kids.
Do you know Snow White?
Snow White. Do you know any place I can get Snow White, by the way? Ama, you bring some for me over there at your wedding.
Jackie, after your marriage, send me Tom Tam, and because it's out of stock at Thank you.
That's so funny.
So you'd gone to Jamaica,
Yeah.
and then so you had that experience.
Yeah, it was just a bit jarring.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did you like it there apart from that?
Yeah, of course, I loved it. So I went with my sister, like she's my cousin, but she's like my sister, who's stunning. She's a stunning girl. She's like a model. And it was the first time that I've traveled with her anyway. And we've traveled a lot. And I was the focus of attention because they like fat mamas. They love. I'm not kidding when I'm saying if you're a fat
For
mama, go to Jamaica
Yeah.
from the moment you land.
That is
and
the
the whole
place.
time she was like, "Fuck Shazz," and I was like, "Yeah, bitch, this is it."
Even in Nigeria.
I know. So I know the places to go. Some parts of Germany, Russia, Jamaica. If I wanted to be Komongo, that's not a problem. Even
Oh.
in Kenya, I know where to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
As if I wanted to be Komongo.
Yes.
That's the first time you use the word
Really?
I feel
Yeah, I feel like
It's like you are natural.
like you've used it
Listen.
in like a sentence.
I have,
Yeah,
right?
well.
With
Thank
the,
you.
With the correct reference.
Reference, the tense,
I'm a
everything.
fast learner, but Grandma was right. Senior too easy, Bashir.
You and mini part.
Yeah.
So, like in Kenya, where do they like the bigger girls? You said in
Okay.
Kenya, parts of
Yes, I did. Okay, so I didn't expect you to ask for detail. Okay, so a lot of gyms, a lot of these really big guys. You know, the guys who don't have any space between their ears and their neck. Who just they love big mamas.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Which really surprised me because I thought that always we're going for like the skinny girl to do yoga and shit.
Yeah.
And now I guess they like a soft place to fall.
You there? You guys, I'm gonna go start. Hey, how about young guys? Like younger guys.
Yeah, that's a thing. So usually I would personally, I don't know about other girls, I wouldn't say guys my age. It's usually like younger or older who are interested, who like that.
Oh, younger guys.
Or older guys.
So do you go to the club much?
No, I'm not. I'm kind of over it though. Yeah.
But when you go, do you have these young guys trying to hit on you?
No, older guys. Well, I find no older
But maybe
guys
it
are
depends
more
where you're
confident
going.
as well.
Yeah. Have you been to 213?
No.
We should go with you.
What happens there?
No, it's a nice.
What
joint.
happens in 213?
No, they play old school music.
Okay.
Older crowd,
Yeah,
mature
yeah.
crowd.
Okay.
You know, it's,
I would have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's one of those places, man.
Where is that at?
It's in Lamington. But I'm shouting, those are guys out for free, man. What the heck is wrong?
Where in Lavington though?
Right opposite Lamington Mall, but on the opposite side of the
Oh,
road.
I know. I've seen the. Okay, I haven't been, but I know about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
all my age mates are there.
Yeah.
I was trying to interest this guy in going
All the
there,
bitter
but
divorce guys.
I say, you guys, check it, my love. Could you ever dream of? Yeah, that is the place to be. In fact, I'm gonna go. I should go there ASAP. Huh? So what was your
But
first?
there's no young mamas there for you though. How are you gonna?
they're like
how you
two.
gonna meet anyone? You know.
No, you meet at the counter when you're buying Panadol.
Oh, that's it.
Check it. Panadol Billy. Nah, short Billy is about.
So do mamas come to you, Manu?
Huh?
Being that you're single, do mamas?
No,
like,
but how do they know? They don't. They don't. come to
But
me.
you talk about it all the time though.
About what?
It's in all your comedy, it's in all your podcasts. You always talk about how single you are.
It happens a lot in Mombasa. In Mombasa, I get chicks who are, aggressive and they come for me.
Oh,
Assertive is the word.
Yeah,
Assertive.
right?
Assertive.
In fact, the last time I said I'm single in Mombasa, I had a woo in the audience.
Oh.
And then those same chicks, I say, you there, why the other day? I don't think you're there. I think it
To
was me and
witness
Titus.
him being wooed at.
Yeah, so after the show, they're
Yeah.
on my ass like a freaking blue
But do you
fly.
like that? Do you like that much attention on you from
No,
a girl?
it makes me nervous.
Yeah, I feel like you're that guy.
Yeah. I'm actually very poor socially with chicks. I don't know.
That's not a surprise though.
It's not.
No.
I look like one of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean
why
that in the
I just
nicest way
hide behind this
possible.
mic and say things.
Yeah.
But when you find me in a corner,
You're doing nice things for some girl. You're like, well, I want to just do something nice for you. Can I carry your bag? Can I just?
Can I give you anything?
Are
Do you have
those,
a
your,
kid that can
are
buy
those
them books?
exactly? Does a kid need books in your life? Can I buy you tokens? Is that you?
you guys are haters. You're hating. So what was your first like paid gig when you started growing up?
Brian Onjoro gave me a gig at Kepasa.
Hey, ¿qué pasa?
No, not Kepasa. What's the one that on Awens Kodek Road, that Ethiopian Eritrean?
Yeah, Shiftai.
Opposite Shiftai. There was that little Kesh. Is it Kesh?
Oh,
Yeah,
Kesh.
it must have been Kesh.
Yeah,
Must
it
have
was,
been Kesh.
yeah. When
Brian
things were
Onjoro.
still okay. Yeah.
But Bernardo was really good at getting rooms. Huh?
Yeah.
He
Absolutely.
used to
Where
remove
is
some
he?
amazing gigs. I
Ah.
don't know where he went.
Was it that guy was the king of rooms?
Get you some beautiful rooms. You're like, what the hell? You know,
Absolutely.
it's even that's how I got to know about the blues. After they fell out with Brian, is when I told Brian, can I use these rooms?
Well, it's also how the gig went to Punchline.
Yeah, it took
Because they
the same
asked
thing.
me, they're like,
Brian.
could you get me, do you know someone who,
Yeah.
we're not having a amicable relationship with him.
Ah.
Do you know someone else?
All right. Hey, maybe that guy should have just been a spotter.
Yeah.
So he gets rooms.
Which
then
is
he
a
comes
talent,
and
actually.
Yeah, it
It
is.
was amazing.
It is a talent.
So he just comes to you and tells you, no, you can try this one and this one and this
Yeah.
one. Then you dash there with your microphones.
Yeah.
So how did it go the first time you ended up?
Really good. I have to say, I'm lucky that the first couple of gigs were good. Yeah.
You think if you bombed, you'd have quit?
Maybe. But early on, I remember Mito telling me, you will bomb
Eventually.
and be okay with it.
Oh, okay.
Ama, you won't survive in this thing. Which, you know, I think is pretty amazing of her to share, because you need to hear that to like manage your ego.
So has that ever happened?
I've had like not great gigs. I don't know that I'd say I've bombed, touch wood. But yeah.
You guys made to bomb up with Churchill show yangu yote.
Okay.
I used to know when I come out on stage.
How
I
it's
used to
gonna
know
go.
like out of my, because there it was bits. Like you just have a bit.
Yeah.
It's not a story.
Yeah.
So I used to have like 5 bits, and then I used to be guaranteed that 3 will bomb and 2 will go.
That's amazing. Do you have any of that material? Like, do you have videos of you bombing?
Yeah, they're on the internet. Some of them.
Oh, like I can see you
No, but I don't want you to go
20
check
years
them
ago.
out. Yeah.
And there are plenty of videos of bombing right now. So.
Corporate comedian bombing. So that's what they used to call you. Corporate
No, they
comedian.
wanted me to be called corporate comedian.
And you
but
didn't like that.
I was
like,
no.
what is it, Monica?
I was like, I'm Emmanuel Kisiangani. I don't want to be a corporate comedian.
Yeah.
Even Doug, but you did used to meet
Did
us
you do
thoroughly
this-
at Churchill Show.
No, I only did Churchill show twice.
Oh, okay.
So the first time in 2013, I was on holiday. I did. Oh no! Actually, when I was on holiday, I used to go every week, like just because I needed stage time.
Just
I was
open
actually-
mic, yeah.
Yeah, I needed a mic, and I was going back. I was actually going back for a big tour when I went back, so I really needed stage.
Yeah.
So I went the first time. The first time I got bumped was they called Abdul Badida. He didn't have a handler backstage, so Churchill was out there at front saying. So next, our main guest today, Abdul Badida, was big back then.
Yeah.
He was running for president. It's like,
I remember that.
He's gonna be Abdul Badida. He's in the back of the room clap for him. He's gonna come on later. Abdul Badida hears his name. He just comes on stage.
Oh, he came on
He
stage.
came on stage. So Churchill just had to interview him, and kind of the show kind of ended like that. All of us who were on the lineup got bumped.
It just,
Seriously?
yeah.
By
And
Abdul
I had a
Badida.
lot of friends who had come to see me.
Damn.
Because I posted, hey, I'll be at Churchill show tonight, come through. So that one went, so the next week I just came, I did a spot, I did really well. Then after that, I came back and then they started doing this whole thing of auditions thing. And I was just like, oh, I have material that I've tried, I just want to try them out. I don't know if they just put me up and it didn't go well.
Yeah, I was
It
like,
didn't
did
go
it translate?
They
Because
didn't
I feel like
translate.
you would have written for a Canadian audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just,
was
I
really
left.
good.
And then the next time when I came, that's when I met you. Is when I also said I just wanted an open mic. I wanted to go up. They put me up again. I thought the open mic again was small. I don't know why I thought. Different. That's when I met you and Mamito.
Oh, you met Mamito too that day.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the first time, and that's the last time I actually.
Performed at Churchill Show.
So I didn't do too many.
Yeah, so yeah, bombing is something I'm familiar with very closely. Huh?
In your personal life and
Yeah,
your
in my
performance
personal, I
life.
used to really bomb. Hey, it was horrible. I never used to look forward to those days because I was a host.
Oh. How do you bomb as a host? Oh, wait, sorry. I feel like that's the easy gig.
It's a
Sorry.
comedy show.
I'm not trying
Yeah?
to hurt your feelings.
So she was telling us how can you bomb as
a host.
Mazee.
You're explaining how to.
No, you would have to. Actually,
how
some
to
people.
bomb as a host.
Some people would
So that
just.
you can bomb as a host.
Some people would just wait. Like they'd be like, "This guy is wasting time before MC Jesse comes through."
Oh,
very
but
humbling
people
experience.
love MC Jesse.
Yeah, I know he has that charisma and all that
Yeah, the
stuff.
girls love him.
Yeah, then he'd come out and dance with his belly. He may never dance with any belly.
What was the song?
But funny
For the
enough,
fans.
after doing that thing for a while, they started getting me.
Yeah.
Either that or I started getting good.
No, I think there's also an element of getting, because I feel like it was not being funny, it was connecting. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting to the same starting
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Which with that audience, I realized, we have different starting points.
Yeah.
We're talking about different things. And that's why it's not that they're not funny. Because like I remember even how I did well was I had this material that I used to do, corporate material. They were universal. I'd perform it in front of Nigerians, they do well. The Jamaicans, they do well. White people, they do well. That includes even Langwage. Remember Langwage?
Yeah.
So I did that and it did really well, and some other bits. But then the rest of the bits that were really very specific, I realized we were not even
We
starting.
were losing
from the
them.
same point. So I think that's what was happening to you. It's just you were just not connecting on the starting.
Yeah. So towards before the show started moving around, I'd gotten really tight to these guys.
Yeah.
And then I discovered I'm good at crowd work.
You are though.
So
You're
I
actually
started,
a lot of fun to
I
watch.
started getting into the audience, which no one else was doing.
Yes.
So I'd be like, look at this guy. Then I roast the guy. So guys at backstage would hate me for that, the cameraman, because you see, you can't, you have to follow me with the camera. And
Yeah.
There's no light where I've gone. But me, I don't mind because I'm killing it now.
Yes.
You guys, it was my time to
Yeah.
shine, you guy.
Yeah.
The shadow rises.
But again, even for TV, crowd work is never easy.
Yeah.
So I can understand why they.
It doesn't translate.
Yeah, that's not-
Yeah, I guess that's a handicap. Eh? What does that say about my career, man?
That it's live.
A bit dark.
It's a live experience.
Think like this guy is doing
life
dark.
For sure, trying to encourage you, man.
Yeah.
Try and,
Because I also think it's like what Shazz is just saying. Actually, I don't have
Doug
to
is trying to look for the best words.
describe.
give up now.
No, but what Shazz is saying, it's your career could be live and
Yeah.
it's just as valid as
Someone
a TV
else.
career.
Yeah. Your best experience live.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for
And yesterday we were actually
encouraging
having
me.
a conversation. I think me, Justin, and a couple of comedians. So you guys know my tribe.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's how.
Yeah. So
there
these
you
guys
go.
were saying that that since my tribe does like mostly crowd work,
Yeah.
like he's a hack for that because it's like sort of a. And I'm like, do you guys understand how hard it is to do crowd work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because it's
yeah,
being
like
done
for him,
about.
like if someone like my tribe is basing like his entire even Andrew Schultz does a lot of crowd work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the production can catch up with.
Oh, yeah,
this
true,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, because even for like it's not pretty to look at first, but once
Yeah.
you get to
If you know that it's a style or something.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy Andrew Schultz and his crowd work stuff.
Yeah.
And good editing.
Yeah. So after that, now things just took off after the Kesh gig.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that scene.
But what do you do apart from comedy?
I do so many things. you
Uh-huh.
know. Yeah. Actually, now is when I feel like I'm chilling out. But I'm an interior designer. I used to teach kids math. I
You used to teach kids math.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of
Were you a
plus size
teacher?
modeling
Oh yeah.
for plus size stores.
Oh, for real? They pay you.
Of course.
They pay you well.
Okay.
Oh, it was
They pay me okay, but I actually liked when I got given the stuff.
They
Yeah,
give you the
because
stuff in model.
it's hard to get nice like lingerie and nice things in
So
plus size.
did they call you after they saw you on your blog?
A lot of them, yes. Or someone would be like, "Hey, just check out this chick. She, doesn't mind posting, fat art. She doesn't mind being in a bikini. Blah blah blah." So yeah.
Where did that come from? What did the name
art?
Queendom
Kingdom.
come from?
I don't know. I liked the idea of a kingdom and just being in your element and dominating it wherever you are. And I'm a queen. I feel like a queen, and it resonated with me.
Umeweka applause hapo.
Oh, have you done something?
Yeah, nazitoka mic.
Yeah. No, but I do. It resonates.
See.
Yeah. I have no problem seeing myself as a queen.
Okay.
There's someone who had a bit about I don't understand why African people like calling themselves kings and queens. I was like, can't relate. I love it. Yeah, I don't mind.
So
treat me
did
like
you,
a
did
queen.
you have the queendom name in your mind even before you did it on Instagram?
Yeah, I had for ages. And then I remember watching an interview with someone who I love, who's Jill Scott. And she was talking about being in her queendom. And that resonated with me. And I was like, that's good. I'm going to keep that name. I like
okay.
it. Yeah.
So were you ever uncomfortable posting the things you used to post on Instagram? Did you ever feel like the first time were you like,
The things he used to post.
No.
Yeah, well, I know. Like now when you say that, it's so questionable.
no, it sounds because of this
Yeah.
guy. This guy don't-
Oh, you're doing it for them.
I just said that.
no,
No, yeah, the art.
yeah, the fat art
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm saying art. That's not how I talk.
Just say art, fat art.
Yeah, fat art.
Fart,
but it didn't
it's
sound-
fat art. It's not fart art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first time you posted, did you feel
Yeah.
like
I loved
vulnerable
it.
and-
No, I loved it because so here's my thing. I couldn't find stuff that was beautifully shot and like romantic or creative or whatever that had like fat people in it. It's always like skinny, light skin, like horse hair, like I'm like I don't relate. I have no problem with it, but I don't look like this chick. It doesn't resonate to me. I'm not trying to be like any one of them. So then I was like, no, I'm gonna just get a photographer and make my own things. And since a lot of girls that I knew then were very self-conscious, I was like,
Yeah.
me, I'm not self-conscious. Let's do this thing. Because also I had a friend who was an artist. She was a portrait artist, and I would like model for her.
all right?
So I was very comfortable with myself and my body, naked people. Like it's okay. I'm okay with that stuff. So.
Okay.
So then I was like, I'm gonna do it myself. So I did actually though ask my family.
Oh, you asked them?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't want to do anything that you might find like embarrassing or, like if big picture you don't have a problem with it, I'm gonna continue. But I really feel this is something I have to do. I feel like
Okay.
other fat girls, especially young, like not even like just teenagers, even like young, because I've been fat all my life.
Oh, okay.
All my life I've been looking for like someone who looked like me. I didn't want to be. There's no part of me that wants to be skinny. It never
Yeah.
has, So I just
So you
want
talked to
people
Annie
see
and
it.
she was like,
yeah, I
she's
did. I was
cool.
like, so they, of course, my family is very conservative.
All right.
Yeah, so it
it didn't
wasn't-
come out like that when if I interact with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I think her family is like this liberal.
Yeah, I get that
say-
impression too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even when you used to talk to your dad.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Like I felt like he was so open.
Oh, you had them talk.
Yeah, because she would
Yeah.
post the videos, she would talk.
Yes.
Like the cool girl stuff, be like, I'm now cougar dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real?
And I was like, that was so cool. Like just listening to all my, it's like, yeah, as long as you're happy. Who cares?
Yeah.
So I get the idea that I felt like he was very progressive. Maybe conservatively, their upbringing is conservative, but they are very progressive. I
Yeah.
don't know what. Yeah.
No,
No?
I'm the one in the family. So they're very supportive of me.
Okay.
Not of sorry, I got emotional.
Are you okay?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. You can cry. Sorry.
I forgot. Thanks, Doug. It's okay. It's okay.
You want us to edit that out? Or
No.
we'll
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, but it's fine to cry.
I cry all the fucking time. So.
But you don't look like a crier, which is interesting.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
You know, even me, I cry quite a bit. You know?
All the time.
Yeah, man. You guys, when I'm in church, once I see a guy with his toe here, so big, you guys. Check this guy.
Even Bash.
This guy is an idiot, you guys. But then there's nothing I ever told this guy, which is emotional. He just died laughing. Check this guy. You guys, you're a punk, guy.
So, like, how
Don't open up your heart to
how do
Bashir.
What makes you cry? Like,
No, there's a time I was in church, the toys who are going to Sri Standard 1 were being called forward for Maombi. You get me, I'm there solo, you guys. Check.
Do you do the Kenyan
Check the
man
other toys,
crying
you guys.
thing?
Check.
This is how I think Kenyan men cry.
Yeah, you just make sounds. Check it out.
Kavumbi. Hapo
So
amenya
I
yake
have to do
yote.
that now to stop crying.
You
Then
do
I
it.
get myself back together. And then I was just walking. I passed over there where my mother was. You guys.
Yeah.
Then I said, weeping again. You guys.
Yeah.
Huh? You guys are not a cry?
I don't remember the last time I cried.
You guys, you're a Nandi freaking worry.
No,
Wow.
but actually, I'm very. If I need to cry, I'll cry. But I don't remember anything that has made me cry in a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
But if something emotional happens, yes, like instantly.
Oh, when was the last time something emotional?
I don't remember. Like
Maybe nothing moves him.
maybe nothing moves.
Is your mom always trying to like get emotion out of you? Like,
No.
hey, babe, nothing.
You're hardcore.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I don't. I'm not hardcore at all. Actually, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I just don't. I am not a crier.
Yeah.
Like I don't use crying as a release. Let me use it that way.
Fair
so that
enough.
it's not me.
How about chaperization?
Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Chaperization for sure.
Is that like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one of course helps.
Okay.
A lot actually helps.
It's a release.
Dude,
Why are
it's
you hot,
actually
Bashir?
time.
What's going
For
on?
that, it's a quick release.
Quick release. Yeah, dude, even so. Okay, but that's different. You know when we lost my grandma, the way we were very close, but she was really old and like we were just kind of like everybody was chill and happy for like saying, what if we wanted her to stay longer? What would she have done? There's nothing more for her.
How old was she?
She was like 93, and that was the age that was discovered. So she could have been 100 years,
Fair enough.
right? So we were just happy for her, and she was no longer in pain, and then we also got to see her before when she got sick. So we got to the OC. I got to see her. She was very happy.
Was she
couldn't speak.
communicative?
She couldn't talk, but she was so excited
To see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she had a final rally that was really like wholesome.
Yeah.
And then a day later, she ended her journey. She just left. So I felt like there was a lot of peace with her departure,
Lucky her.
right? So even at the funeral, even my dad was just sending people at the service before tomorrow. I just want rejoicing, guys, singing, dancing. Let's celebrate her. So I didn't get that lump. Like I didn't get choked up to.
Oh, okay.
I really.
You guys, sorry, man. How about you, man?
This guy.
Crying.
Yeah.
I think I've cried quite a bit also.
While chappering. Check it.
I feel like a lot of guys have that experience. Doug, I want to hear this. Yes, Bash.
Okay, Bash.
And weirdly, like, I remember like the one time I cried where I didn't want to cry. Like I cried for my innocence because I was in primary school and someone had just burned down the dome. So now I was in a Catholic primary school, so we were holding hands, we were singing all these songs, and then now everyone is crying because they have lost their stuff. You know, then I was the only one who was not crying. So like I had to cry not to look suspicious.
Ah,
You guys, why did you tell Steve that story?
fuck.
You would have used it. Cheki walitaka kunipiga lakini nikaanza kulia, nikasema si mimi nimechukua hizo masimu.
Yeah.
But I think I've had the same experience with Doug because my granddad passed recently, and for him he was 100, and
Yes.
then like no one was sad like that. It was like, you know, life well lived. You know, like it was more of a celebration of life. But maybe when my dad died, that's when I cried.
Yes, premature.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I feel like it's extreme. It's an extreme reaction for me to cry.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. Like,
How many minutes are we at there?
13.
So Shazz, so you're saying you had to share with your family about your fat heart.
Yeah, I had to. Also, that I was gonna use myself for a lot of those images, and they were gonna be quite. Cause I'm not like super. I'm. So here's my argument. I think I shoot the same pictures that a lot of other influencers and models would shoot. It's just that it's on a bigger body, so everyone's a bit surprised. You know,
Okay.
they're not used to seeing my thighs, ass, legs, cellulite. You know, but if I look at some of the pictures that other people shoot, it's exactly the same. They're just smaller, acceptable.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm so glad that I did.
So you'd have them posted raw, like without the airbrushing and.
Yeah, I don't like airbrushing.
I don't like airbrushing.
I'm not a big fan. I
Yeah.
prefer, like, I don't. Yeah, see the bumps and the things. It's
But then
okay.
there's some graphic designers who do
it's
it.
called cellulite.
Yeah.
I know. For some reason, I changed it to cellulose. I've been saying cellulose.
For real.
My cellulose.
It's like another guy, Balomano,
That's
like
such a
saying
mess.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Check, so I went to the chemistry to buy the medicine.
I had a friend who used to say primacy.
Oh, instead of pharmacy.
Pharmacy. I was like, primacy? What the fuck? But English was a second language. So.
But now, when you post those photos, do you get guys in your DM thinking you're easy for
Yeah.
a romp?
Yeah, I would. I would get interested. Yeah, I would get that. Like, well, just
From India,
guys
not
being,
just you Indian.
not Indians, only specific Indians like fat mamas. It's true.
Jackie, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Africa Queen.
Hi, Africa. Yeah.
Hi, Queen Dong.
Yeah. Me penis, you vagina.
Jackie, name Aman. I could go deep.
So India's
you-
crazy though. I found myself covering up all the time when I was there. It was too much.
All right, you
People
been.
like sneakily take pictures of you.
Seriously.
Yeah, they do. It's intense. However, because a lot of girls marry older men, and like when I went, it was for medical tourism. I was always with my mom and my dad. So when we went for my mom, so she was in hospital, and then my dad and I would like go back to the hotel. They always thought that he was my husband, and so they would respect that.
Okay.
But like if mom was with dad and I was on my own in the elevator, you know, and I wasn't. I was quite decently dressed because we were in a conservative, you know, I wouldn't
Country.
show cleavage
Yeah.
or arms or my knees, but they would still, they're kind of weird.
Maybe it was like exotic, like
Yeah,
African.
of course. China too,
Uh,
which I didn't understand because I'm like, there's so many Nigerians. Come on, guys.
no, but I've seen this African vlogger in China who, when he goes into the,
Yeah.
you know, those other cities in
Yeah,
China.
people are like
they're like, hey,
fascinated, touching you. Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
black men. You
Yeah.
know, they actually, you actually become Darren Collins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
dude.
do.
I saw a chick, I was in Turkey.
Yeah,
People were just asking to take pictures.
Yeah.
Actually, now I think maybe they thought she was a celebrity.
yeah.
Not celebrity.
But also we're over sexualized though. I remember being in China and these two guys who look like Middle Eastern, like follow like the elevator closed before they could get on, and they came up to my floor. And I got in my room and I locked it, and they were like knocking on my door and wanted.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
So a lot of them think, I don't know. Well, I don't know that I want to say I don't know why, but a lot of them think that they can, like, you're available for sex or something. It's not
Okay, I'm
fun.
laughing, but it's
It's
alright.
not fun. Yeah.
That's,
I did hook up with a guy there who was Middle Eastern. I called him my terrorist lover.
Oh, for real? He was Arab?
Yes,
That was in
he
what?
was Iranian.
Oh, okay. Did he have that accent?
Yeah, very
What,
much.
In India?
In China.
China.
Yeah.
How did you
Habibi.
meet him?
So I'd gone for those, you know, those Cantonese business expo things.
Yes.
So we met. Our eyes. He had beautiful eyes.
connected,
His
huh?
eyes,
We
your
met
eyes.
across
Did he have gel in
a
his hair?
display stand.
Check that guy in
Gel.
the morning before he goes
Oh,
for the
yeah.
Cantonese expo.
Fair.
Golden track.
Okay, I might meet black woman.
Guy wakes up like he's in a movie.
Yeah, man. And he has shades on.
Oh my god.
Why are you clean in the morning? Like, come on.
But me, I love those Arab. Like, there's a movie called. Okay, I've forgotten the name, but it's just one of those terrorist movies. But
Okay.
now, there's an Arab policeman who's leading the investigation. Like,
Okay.
he's so cool. I think they're wearing clean suits. Then he has that English Arab accent.
Yeah.
Damn!
Yes.
Huh?
And that is the time when
The things are mbadala. Checking dead. No, ni movie.
Yeah.
Sikuwa napenda
See-
wanyama.
How do I ask you a question, huh? Habibi, I ask you a question.
So was that guy speaking in that accent?
Yeah, very much.
You think that's how you got through the accent?
No, it wasn't the accent.
Oh, for real? Eh?
Yeah.
It was just magic.
It was the eyes.
Eyes.
It was the eyes.
You're not listening, man.
Yeah.
Break. Listen.
Listen.
She said eyes.
Yeah.
Alright, ne.
Nah.
How come in India you didn't hook up with some Patel guy?
Ah, man. I was busy.
Fair enough.
I was busy.
We'll go with busy.
I was there to take care of my parents.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I could have, but I wasn't into it.
Yeah. But it's sorry about you. You lost both your parents like recently, man. Which I also did. You know. Like, how do you cope?
I don't. I cry all the time. Doug just mentioned my dad for 1/4 of a second, and I was in tears. But that was a beautiful video. I really enjoyed doing it. It's a nice memory for me. I'm glad that he was so into it as well. You
Yeah.
know. So
I don't know if I have gotten over it too.
yeah, I don't think you do.
Because I was barring myself in the podcast with these guys.
Yeah.
So and then now later, a few moments later, my wife also bounces. You guys.
Yeah.
And then now Jana, my dog, you guys pia iko in the suite by and
Same
by.
tower, man.
Oh, is your dog dead?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why it's on your phone, on your
Yeah,
WhatsApp picture?
yeah.
It's
What
like
What
you
happened
haven't been writing more
to
jokes.
your dog?
That's it?
Considering you haven't been writing new jokes. And also, my dog is
Okay. See, this is why men can't deal with their emotions, because the moment a guy funguas rojo, the guys are just there, you know.
This Nandi man.
Ken
Yeah.
Beda, look, Ken Beda, he had this thing with the court.
Yeah.
And then they took his daughter.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, man. So Ken Beda was so bored, he was sharing about it on the space, but these guys are just digging.
There you go.
Yeah?
I wasn't there.
Cheki Ken Beda, si ukwe mwalimu kwa hiyo shule ndio unawe mtoto. Can you imagine? Ken Beda didn't even show up for the space today.
Oh, my
Oh, that
God.
was just recently.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
And that was just
Yeah.
It's a 10.
Cheki Ken Beda umejaribu vita.
Okay.
Kenyans
Kenyans have no chills.
Is it a Kenyan thing or is it just
It's a guy thing.
It's
okay.
tried fighting the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's horrible.
Brutal. That was you?
No. My neighbor is poor. Nilikuwa na jokes kadhaa but wako wananisikia.
Yeah, you're being
Bad
smashed
sound.
with the network. Thank God for that. So now me, I was playing Mr. Peace moderator because I know it failed.
Yeah,
Can you imagine your kid being taken?
And then it's still very raw.
Yeah,
This
man.
guy is banner.
You guys should have timing.
Comedy
But
plus time. Time.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like it helps, especially for me.
No, man.
Listen.
It helps when it's yours.
Listen, for me it's like when I laugh at something, like I feel like I've taken power from it. You know?
Okay.
So I don't know, because there's that idea where you want to really feel these emotions and you want to, which is okay. Sometimes you can do that, but subsequently, like a light laugh about it is not the one, because you'll get time to be sad about that thing anyway.
Is my point of view about that. Like the idea is laughing about stuff, you'll gain power over them if you are powerless against them in the first place. But if I feel like if there's something else you can do about it, I'd rather spend energy doing that first, like him fighting in court.
That's interesting. I
Fight
like
that first. Now if it's something out of his control, he has to wait. Now that is where you start now saying my hands are bound. And then usually also the emotions are just usually raw when it just happened. I think there just needs to be time to
I
process
think so.
that.
I think that's why guys are also more destructive when it comes to, because you don't
Yeah.
have a space to let
Yeah.
Like to let your
to
true
feel the
feelings-
thing that
Yeah.
you're feeling.
And to be
And you
honest,
have to laugh along with guys.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get the space where you can just like cry.
But for me, I don't think I mind the laughing, so long as I've gotten it out.
Yeah. Yeah, but also if you're ready to let it out. If you're not, then it's
Yeah,
sucks.
if you're not, yeah.
Find yourself
And then also, I
avoiding
think there's a
people.
way someone can laugh at you that you tell it's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not my issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great when you can finally laugh about it. I
Yeah,
love when I was
it's
able
like,
to.
It's like an outlet, obviously. Like we don't have
Yeah.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
So for us, like I can't hug Manu and tell him it's gonna be okay.
But why can't you
but I
though?
can make him laugh. So for me, it's like
Why
it's
can't
that
you? Why
subject.
can't you hug him though? He might like,
I mean, consider
and then
like,
just
like,
latch onto one of your boobs,
Arab men, you
and
know.
then
The
kusha
next
maneno.
big thing after Arab men is Bashir. So I'm like very.
Manu, it's okay.
Is the closest to Arab. When do you think we do this pod with you guys?
Ah.
Setting you up. It's the long game, you guys.
Yeah,
Bruh.
I see that. But I also feel like what you just said. One of the reasons is I came to the point that I am very literate when it comes to my emotions. Even
Illiterate.
yes, like it's so messy. I don't understand.
Exactly.
Like I don't know. Like theoretically, I understand them, but when you are in the thick of it and trying to deal with it, I probably can't.
Can you hear it though when someone says something to you? Like if you were having beef with your girlfriend with someone and she's like, I know you're mad at this point, but I think you're also just projecting, Can you hear that, or does it become a fight if someone says something like that to you?
I can hear that.
Oh, then that's good though. I feel like you're someone to be in a relationship with.
Yeah, but I just maybe.
So,
But I try and I'm very calm about it.
Yeah.
25
Like I just
minutes
try and
are-
postpone as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because it buys me time to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
So even if someone sends me projecting, I'll be like, okay, I'll take that.
I'll get that. Okay.
That's a straw. I can that's an olive branch I can hang on to as I buy time.
Have you
Yeah.
recited it?
Figure it out.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't get that. That was so beautiful. People need to hear
Oh,
that.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you know,
very
beautiful,
eloquent.
but- Where are we? What are we talking about?
Doug was in the middle of it. He was beautifully, eloquently talking about how he's mature enough to handle criticism when he's having a high emotion moment. It doesn't take it personally, so you're able to work on it.
Do you get angry?
Yeah, yes, but I don't like it.
What
when
are you
I
like?
do.
How are you like? What are you like when you're angry?
Not good. I either get kind of sulky or like I'm not like I'm a quiet rage,
Okay.
but rage.
So silent treatment.
Yeah, but bad. It's
For
not
how?
good.
Oh, for real? For
Yeah.
how long?
however long it takes me to get over the shit that's happening.
Seriously.
Yeah, but I don't like getting angry. I do a lot to avoid getting angry because I feel like it fucks with my
Chi.
my sleep. No, not even chi. Fuck chi. My sleep, my temperament, my pressure. Like I actually feel sick when I get angry.
Oh,
so I
seriously?
avoid getting angry.
What gets you angry? What's the most like thing that you can share which got you angry?
Ooh, that one I can't.
What happened?
Let me look for another one.
What did he do?
What did he do? And where can we find him?
Yeah, maze, we have to know how to trigger Shazz. Check it out, kamfanyia aje na aje.
No.
But after the
That's when
silent
I become
treatment,
a brown mama.
Do you get back to? Do you share like what you're feeling? Ama, you just keep it to yourself.
I do. I'm not good with that. It's one of my, I guess, toxic things. I can keep it to
For
myself
real?
for a really long time.
But that's terrible.
I'm not one of those, Manu, I think we need to have a talk. But I'm learning to do that now.
Yeah.
But if it's someone who's quite close to me and if it's quite personal, like it takes a lot to get to me. So by the time you do, I'm either fucking you or you're my sibling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like that time you got angry. I was wondering what happened.
When? What is?
By the way, guy, are you one of those getting angry guys? But
Yeah.
this guy is like he shoots.
a short fuse.
Yeah, like he didn't
Yeah.
keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try and get rid of
I think that's good though.
But
I
I
feel like
used to.
I envy people like you.
I used to, because I
Yeah.
used to actually cut people off.
Yeah.
Then I got to a point where I'm like, it's too extreme.
Because you're gonna cut
I think
everyone
it
off
just-
eventually.
Yeah, you cut off everyone, and then they're dealing with their shit. You don't know what they're dealing with. I think that maturity just got to me over time.
But I think it's better for you though. I wish
Yeah.
I had that, like, is it Meru or Kisi temperament or Spanish? You know, the ones who like break shit. I wish I had that thing in me.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, in my head I'm like, I'm gonna take a bat, I'm gonna smash his car, but it never happens. I'm just like, it's
Oh,
okay. I just need some alone time. It's not good though,
But this Shazz,
because it eats you.
When was the last time you were in a relationship?
So I've met someone this year.
Oh, okay. I hate him already.
I know. But it's early days. It's early
Check
days.
if you're watching, Mazi.
You may watch this.
So-
I introduced him to your podcast.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
He's a fan of you, man. How dare you?
I love him
You
again.
just lost a subscriber. Check it.
And subscribe.
I hate him, but I love him. All of a
Remove
sudden,
notifications.
So before this,
Yeah.
you've been alone for a while.
Yeah, I've been single for a really long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried dating, and at some point, I toyed with the idea of like being in a relationship with one of the guys from the comedy club.
All right.
Yeah.
There's someone who would tickled your fancy.
Huh?
Check it out, Mutai. It is with the great love that I dispatch this dispatch.
But I think it's too incestuous. I like the comedy club too much.
No, the problem with dating a fellow comedian
Yeah.
is even after you break up, you still have the same circle.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Can
incestuous.
get messy. It takes a different. Yeah, you have to do CIA level kind of verification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To allow that to happen.
I agree.
Like
Has
you
to
have
be
to
worth it.
scrutinize them.
Yeah.
It has to be really worth it.
Like you have to, and then you have to be super mature.
Yeah.
Because most of your friends will also be close to your chick.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can't cut them off. You can't
Yeah.
be like, stop talking to Bashir.
Stop hugging.
I have a
Yeah.
buddy who started dating a comedian and he really became intense. He even cut her off from the scene.
Oh.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
So it's always like you have to be really smart or really mature. I don't know what you have to be.
Why
That's
is it
crazy.
so hard for, maybe you guys can answer this because you're all male comics, is why, so I feel that it doesn't balance. I feel like a lot of comedian guys can, like, we do shows and whatever, and you will meet a girl and date and fuck whatever, but it doesn't work the same for the girls. I feel like a lot of guys are quite resistant about dating girls. I don't know why, and it comes up a lot of guys are always like, are you going to put me in your comedy? Are you going to start writing about da, 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 da? They're very defensive about
That's
it.
a comedian or just some
Non-comedians.
Oh, okay.
But even comedians
Oh, okay.
are quite hesitant to date female comics. What's that about?
I don't
No, I think comics being hesitant is just that incestuous messiness it could get. like the potential of what it could get. I think that's the biggest one, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about not liking the female comics.
Yeah, like I Kosana and Shazz and now she hooks up with Bash, then I still see. I'm
You
like,
have to see
damn.
them. You have to.
When am I gonna heal?
Because it's a very small community.
It is.
Generally,
And then I'm doing bits about Manu.
Yeah.
Then I start doing workshops together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My ex was crazy. My ex used to, and then you see all that, and
Exactly.
it's you. You're like, that's me.
Yeah.
Then you're like, that's not how it went.
Everyone
So
will
giving them
know.
a tag.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
how
yeah.
it's not how it went. But
Fair
for
enough.
chicks, me, I feel like there's an evolutionary need. That's why we don't even have a lot of female comics. Is there's an evolutionary need for men to be funny, and for women, it's not that. It's like honestly, to seduce women, funny is one of the biggest things, right? And guys
It's true.
dating. So I find a lot of female chicks who end up dating people, the people they date usually are even super funny. They never became comedians. They could have been comedians. They would make good comedians, but they are not comedians.
Yeah.
And then that's when the female comics usually date them successfully.
Fair enough.
Because the funny is now par or above. They feel par. But other people, I think, feel
Like intimidated?
self-conscious
Conscious, okay.
if they are dating a chick who's funnier than them. They
Yeah.
might- I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a theory. It is a
I feel
bullshit
like that
theory.
carries some weight. I feel like
Yeah.
you make a good point.
Yeah, but that's just
Yeah.
my sense, because I was like, how comes it's not? Because there's not a lot of women even trying to do comedy,
Yeah.
which,
I really think a lot of it has to do with the guys that we are dating or hope
Yeah.
to date.
yeah.
It's a real thing.
What do you guys think about? Because I've thought about it now when you mentioned it, like someone doing material on you. Because me, I've done material on the chicks I'm
Yeah.
married to, some chicks I'm dating, so I do material about
Yeah.
them. I wonder how it feels to hear someone doing a bit where you're the premise.
Yeah.
It's gonna,
I'm sure it feels
I think
weird.
that's the resistance. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Some guy doesn't want to be the butt of my jokes.
Yeah.
You know.
In fact, that's one of the boring things also of now getting back into a new
A relationship. Yeah.
Because you're gonna talk about this person.
Yeah.
so I have
You
to
know?
explain to them, listen, I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
No,
I-
you
I'm
have to
gonna
explain-
embellish some.
Yeah.
and then you have to tell them that it's exaggeration because you're going to exaggerate
Exactly.
it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
podcast I did where I talked about my ex, and she watched and really sent me a very long message.
And
Yeah.
unsubscribe.
Did you prepare?
I remember
We wonder
that.
why he's single.
It started with a wow.
The comments.
Thinking, wow.
It was your
So I've
song,
never heard
man.
from her since.
Oh
Yeah, you
wow.
think it hurt her thoroughly. I think that's the day we broke up to her. Because she
Yeah.
was like, you guys.
But you should have
Because I'm
prepared. You
not
should have
laughing
prepared
at
her for it.
I had it at the back of my mind.
No, you should
Like, I
have.
was
Then
like,
you should have
hey,
brought it
maybe
to
I
the
should
front of
just
your
text
tongue.
and say, hey, this is just.
Yeah. And
But,
then jokes.
but how many
too.
guys are you gonna text?
But you were not even dating, man. I know you.
Yeah, we weren't and moved on. I was
Yeah.
even in a brand new relationship, which is leading to marriage.
You were already married, nigga.
Check it, me. But then you know, Kitamba used to love proposing to chicks. You guys.
Yeah, that's what Eric used to tell me.
Yeah, man.
Dangerous
Proposing
man.
to chicks again.
Dangerous
I
man.
know.
It's
You
even
cook
buy
him
freaking
pancakes.
rings.
Mamito, watch out. Those blueberry pancakes.
We're gonna get a proposal coming your way.
Watch out, date my comics, my friend.
When is the longest you've been alone, like without being in a relationship?
Oh, really long. I do single okay.
Oh, so you're good alone.
Yeah, I'm okay.
But is that pure alone? Am I like this?
No, pure alone.
Ah.
Yeah. I tried celibacy, and I just didn't. I was probably a year and something. I don't think it's good to. Is that long or not long enough? I don't know.
Long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super long.
Yeah, I don't know that it's healthy, honestly.
Yeah.
Like to deny yourself pleasure for so long with no reason.
No, but I hear there are benefits.
What?
Where?
So your thinking is clear, semen
No.
retention for guys.
Maybe for guys.
No, I don't think so. Even for guys, no, man.
I don't know.
Because it gets to a
Bullshit.
point where that's all you can think about.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now if you can conquer that, it's you're a Superman.
For what?
You
Superman
see,
for what?
rechannel that into maybe your passion.
But the thing
your
is, you can
business.
never. That's the truth.
And the thing is,
What ends up happening is you just have a harder form.
I think so. I also feel like people have a unusual, funny relationship with their sexuality and their needs and fulfilling them without guilt. You know, from masturbation all the way up to actually having sex.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also unhealthy. So there's a lot of guilt attached to it. Like a lot of guys, I think, have a lot of guilt too with like masturbation. Like you guys,
Yeah, in
you
fact, I
feel
was talking-
sad. You're like Aki.
There was a
You
day I
know,
was talking to-
I'm such a, and I'm like, just it's okay.
The way I was talking-
What masturbation is the cleaning up, especially for men.
Is that what
the
the
cleanup is
is where the-
still playing, you know, you're cleaning up.
yeah. And you're like, man, I didn't even.
Yeah, what am I
You didn't even
doing?
reach
What
1/3
am I
of
doing?
the 24 minutes.
Yeah, there's another day I was talking to a pal of mine and he was telling me he didn't feel jack after masturbating.
Yeah.
I told you that story.
I kind of feel that's
I
rare.
don't,
Rare.
man. I don't.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Maybe I'm broken, but I don't.
Yeah. A lot of women also don't. If anything, we feel we
You
sleep
get that guy in Shagat.
we sleep better.
Yeah.
We,
You guys never,
Empowering.
you've never
Yeah,
ever
this is
felt
empowering.
anything like
No.
Horrible.
The first time that happened.
Oh.
When I was like, holy fuck, I actually did. And then after
Yeah.
that, it just became a
Plus, that you
physical
guys have
abuse.
like cool evidence. It's amazing.
Yeah, I
I'd be
know.
like, I wish I had a
It's
dick.
physical.
I would like to just. I'd be all over the fucking place. Yeah.
made us to feel like shit, you guys.
Forget fat art.
Yeah, but it took
Yeah.
it's the same thing with sex.
But
I think it's that.
it has to do with where
Yeah,
you.
even when I used to have
your
sex,
sex.
before getting married,
But-
Yeah,
I used
those
to feel
guilt.
horrible.
But I think it's also a lot to do with, and it's no shame on it. It's your upbringing and
Yeah.
what you were told about sex. The problem I have with that, and especially with lovers, I'm not saying you, but not that you're my lover, but people like you,
Yeah, especially
is that
on this part.
no. Oh
I'm
Lord
kidding.
help
Yeah,
us.
go ahead.
But like when you have someone who's a lot of guilt around sex, it's very hard to have fun, like fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because then I'll be like, hey, let's do this, and it's like, why would you want that? You know, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, let's just.
Too much.
I don't know.
No, I'm not in the mood anymore.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
my ex moved to
It's a
America
problem.
Yeah.
and sent me a very raunchy
This is
text.
the one ex went to America, the one that you always talk about.
Yeah, that one.
Where you were sitting at JKA
Yeah,
crying
that
at the
one.
plane.
Yeah, I was
Fuck
really
you!
Kenya, I hate you, Kenya Airways flight F431X.
You know, I proposed to her already.
You know how you know this is an old story? This was the days you could escort someone to the plane.
Yeah.
He's still stuck on fucking
the plane.
is man. Back in 1996.
No, it was a horrible time.
Anyway, sorry.
So this chick sends me a raunchy text.
Woo!
What dick? I was like, hey, what the heck is
On
this? What's
Facebook.
wrong with this
Yeah.
chick? Why is she saying things like that?
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't know it's like, you know.
So did that put
that's
you
a
off?
good thing.
It put you
Yeah,
off.
for real. It put me
Yeah.
off.
So what happens now when you get like someone sending you lingerie
Now.
pictures? Yeah, like
No, now I'm cool,
booty
man.
pics.
Bring him on!
Do you send them?
Huh?
Do you send them?
Me sending dick pic?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I've never sent it.
Do you get asked for them?
No. I've been in a marriage recently. At least my wife never asked me for a dick pic.
No.
No.
What do married people do exactly?
I don't know. Marriage is very
talk about the bills.
missionary.
This is why I tell you it's a scam.
Yeah.
A man was asking me if I've ever gone down on my wife. I'm like, Z. So he was telling me that's why I'm divorced. Jackie, that is the reason you're divorced.
I agree with the man. I stand with the man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How important is it to go down?
Very,
Is it very important?
very.
Maybe she didn't want
And you have to do a good job, and you have to be enthusiastic,
That's why
and
they get the
and you have to. They really do. She probably didn't have.
Not
She didn't
everyone gets
orgasm.
the
She probably didn't
penetration.
orgasm. Sorry that we're discussing your marriage. Bash, could I have some more drink?
And like a football game again.
No, but really, a lot of
That's
guys
true, yeah.
complain about how they don't like,
It
you
blew my
know,
mind when I found out.
munching the box. But I'm like, you have to. This chick is not coming when your dick is not enough.
That's so
For the most
crazy
part,
to me.
you have fingers, you have tongue, you have other things. If you're not using them, she's probably faking it. Not always, but the percentage of us that have, honestly, is very.
You know when
very, very
I started becoming a bit more adventurous?
Yeah.
When I got the job on radio.
Oh, why did you have
now
more
we talk about
conversations?
it, yeah.
yeah.
Then people
I
send
started
messages
getting-
and you're like,
Yeah.
people are doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Thank
started
you.
getting
Thank
some
you,
sort of education.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
I was super, and that's why you're talking about upbringing. Maze conserva freaking teeth, man. Huh?
Here's the thing though, it's not your fault. Right? And I think it maybe also served a purpose. Like maybe you were in a house with a lot of boys, maybe your parents just didn't want you to have to deal with like teenage pregnancy, blah 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 blah. Or just the faith, you know.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we do our guys a great injustice when we don't give them sex education.
Yeah.
And and then when they meet up with someone who wants to explore and have fun, it fucks with the guy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you can't see the girl as anything other than like a bit of a hoe or whatever, and what she is just a bit more open-minded and adventurous.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
and then she could be doing amazing things to you too, but you miss out on that as well.
Yeah, Maze.
So you
Like
know,
Maze, I think I missed out on some whips.
yeah. Is that your
Some
thing?
vibocos you get.
Chicken.
And the record you get. The handcuff. She keeps on my handcuffs. You get.
Chicken may have been cuffed. You guys can't even react. So when I got the radio gig and we started talking about it on radio,
yeah.
and then also when I got into stand-up and started meeting other people and having various combos, I think my mindset becoming more accepting to many things.
Yes.
Although I still think I'm still very
But that's
conservative.
helpful. At least you're fortunate that you're open to the learnings you
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
Because it would have been difficult if you're like, no, it cannot. Then because
Yeah.
you'll just utavunjika.
yeah.
There's no way you're
And you
not
guys
about
think like the nature of the relationship that you have like affects, because I kind of feel like if you're out there like that, it's hard for you because some of these things you have to be comfortable enough to do these things. So if,
Yeah.
like, you've never been in a relationship long enough for you to explore such things. Like you can't do some of these things on the first day you meet someone. Like you need to have some.
Unless it's a Gen Z.
Yeah, that I agree.
Gen
But
Zs,
like
they
also,
eat
like-
booty
yeah,
immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously,
In
Yeah,
there.
rough. Straight into
that
it.
eating
Which I
booty thing is a
can't
real thing.
Checking
Yeah.
my move, taking notes.
There is
Gen Z.
Okay. So,
Booty.
Booty.
maybe.
First dates.
2000 and?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I also think it's like that. It's like there's some level of comfort you need to be with someone before
Yeah.
you try someone. There's
Yeah.
those things. Yeah.
One thing I found that has worked for me is that I've become very good at advocating for what I want and for talking about it and trying to be as chill about that request as much as possible. Because I feel like just because someone has had sex with a lot of other girls doesn't make them a good lover.
Yeah, true. Because
It
maybe
just-
you have had sex with many guys like
Yeah,
me
exactly.
who are
And I feel like our way of doing things, especially in Kenya, and not everyone, but a lot of girls don't ask for what they want. We put up with really poor sex.
all right.
I feel I put up with a lot of poor sex, and I think maybe it's also part of being a bit older, where now I'm like, if I'm not having great sex, we're probably not fucking.
all right.
You know, so I'm very good at giving instructions and saying what I want, and you know.
So
like-
no, the instruction is like during a date or something. Huh?
no, well, sometimes I'm
How
like,
about
I like
during?
this. Are you okay with it? But like during sex. Or just after, when they can still remember,
Oh, okay.
before they fall asleep,
Yeah.
which is a very small window.
Very small window you're working with there.
Checking me cuffed, but asleep.
Shazz, you have to give
With your
that,
evidence all over the.
you have to give that instruction the same way alcohol, like the need for alcohol. is-
Yeah. In case of a condition of like,
But you guys didn't learn all these things, you guys.
I don't know. I think college.
Because you went to Canada, right?
Yeah.
fair enough.
Because as soon as but I started seeing them. So do you watch the DVDs? So people are doing this, yeah. And then you get to a place where that's just common. Like I
Yeah.
had a friend who used to be like, oh, dude, I would love to eat that ass. I'm like, what? Like he's actually talking about like before the Gen Z's even talking about eating ass. I was like, you're doing that?
Like it wasn't
Shit.
symbolic.
Yeah.
Then it was an option.
So,
in
yeah,
life.
I didn't know. So now the other one now even becomes more mild.
Yeah.
Because ass is extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Like I don't even think I'll get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like the other stuff, they just start making sense, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then I think also I've been in fortunate situations, once or twice, where somebody actually told me,
That's
you
great.
know, we never actually come.
Yeah, that's great.
We never, like you just fucking and you're done.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it
There's
doesn't
nothing
end
left
when
for
you
me here.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't
it's
end when you
like,
come.
So what's in the mind of a woman after that? Like,
I think, and I'm not speaking for all of them, I think a lot of us have vibrators and things that
Okay.
that we use. A lot of us probably, I would say a lot of girls will probably have another lover where they get what they want.
all right.
Yeah, or just make peace with, maybe you have other attributes that make you worth being with, which I think is very
Or
sad.
they just accept us.
I'm like, why? Why can't
Because
you
it's
just teach
attainable.
someone? Exactly.
It's power.
It's not fucking rocket science.
Something that is trainable. You know?
Yeah. So I get really upset when someone gets really defensive about sex that you want, because I feel like, but it's my body needs the thing I'm asking for. Give me the thing that I want.
I
You
think
know.
half the problem too with that and sexuality for men is we grew up. Remember when you were a virgin and lying to people that I fuck all the time.
Yeah.
Like part of my identity as a man is knowing how to fuck.
Yeah.
How dare you imply that I don't know?
And also
Yeah.
yeah, so it's
But the reality is, every chick is different. Like, literally the thing that they love, this one love the hair pulled, the other one doesn't.
No, keep the
Don't
wig.
touch my neck.
Exactly.
Stuff
Yeah,
in
like
my
the
hair.
choking shit.
Yeah, and some people want it. So just how you start realizing, So I guess it's also helpful to get around.
explore.
Yeah, true.
It is.
Check your chicks after you bounce. Check your Excalibur! Check you guys, check it. Check it. Nini, what are they called? Lightning. Check Check you, you've been cuffed, you're lolling. You can't even hear Excalibur.
Like, is that your phone?
So
Check who
funny.
called you after we were done, Jana?
No one.
Everyone cuffed me first of all.
So that we can see eye to eye.
That's up on the same level.
So good.
Jackie, no, I had someone calling you after.
And I check, and it's not my phone because I checked my phone and
Yeah.
there's no missed call.
Yeah.
So me, I know somebody called you.
Your vibration.
Just
yeah,
be honest. Did you delete? Why is there nothing? You deleted the call logs.
Man. But I hope the younger guys have a better experience than some of us. I feel like I wasted my best years.
Yeah, you
Doing the
probably
wrong
did.
thing.
But
'Cause
you
I didn't
catch
know.
up, Manu.
Huh?
Is
Catch
it
up.
ever
I feel-
too old to start experimenting?
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
I think,
I feel no.
I think now is the day of salvation. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. And actually, this is a good time to explore. I feel like again, conservative family, didn't have sex till I was much older than a lot of my friends. Like I went through uni, living out of the country.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You know, when someone meets you, they think like, like you started having sex very early. So,
I know, which is crazy. I guess it's because I enjoy like being quite cheeky and whatever in my comedy. But I'm actually, I hate to say, I'm very vanilla.
That
I like,
makes sense.
I like one partner. I'm very
That
conservative
makes a lot
in
of
that
sense.
sense.
Like,
I actually
the
don't like
opposite
to
of
fuck
what you
around.
exude.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. Yeah.
yeah,
But I want to talk about it because I feel like.
I was telling these guys yesterday, well, now even me, I just like having one partner.
Do you really? At a time.
Yeah, like I don't like roaming around. Yeah?
Because it's
These guys want to make me a freaking
because it's hard to
grazer.
propose to two different women
At the same time.
Because they'll find out
Okay, you have
both
to buy
videos
two
will go
rings.
viral.
Yeah.
Both
That's
videos
true.
of proposals.
Yeah. Manu,
Go
I think Islam, being a Muslim would do you a lot of good.
Yeah.
Why?
I think you could have multiple partners without the shame and the guilt of this. If ever there was a case for converting to Islam,
Yeah.
you're welcome,
Yeah,
Bashir.
just so you can experience more.
Experience the joy of having multiple lovers without the shame.
Yeah.
That even sounds funny to me.
But also,
The joy of having
about
multiple
this?
lovers.
Yeah.
I think I make it sound good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
did you guys hear about that polygamy conference in Kenya happening recently?
I thought it was a spoof.
No, it was happening at Serena Hotel. I didn't.
Oh, it wasn't a
know.
spoof?
I
Or
don't
Les Sereni.
Oh, Les
No,
Sereni,
they did
yes.
like a full ad. No, it was.
Yes.
They did a full ad for it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Was it a spoof?
No,
I thought it was a
You're
real
right.
ad.
It was a real
Seems like
ad.
The reason I think it was a real act because it was a lot of Muslim.
And ladies,
Yes.
a lot of women all hijabied and
Yes.
talking very positively about the
Their
experience.
tagline was.
Oh, it was Muslim
Yeah.
promoted?
Well, the
No,
face of it.
the
I don't know if
face
it
of it.
was. Maybe it wasn't.
But it was a polygamy conference.
You guys, where did you go, man?
Me. That's around the time I wasn't around.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
in Coastal being molested by Ken Bed.
I was.
Check Ken Bed on Bashir. Check.
Aki.
Even cuffed this guy.
What
Check
is that
Bashir.
called? Is
Check
it called
this
jiu-jitsu?
part of jiu-jitsu.
And the cameras
Then whipped the guy.
Bend lower. Fuck.
You get that thing in how many minutes?
23:55.
Yeah, this sport is the wildest sport. Okay. What topic
No.
are we covering?
It's not even close to the
Talk about-
wildest sport we've had. We've had.
It's not. I feel like. So you know who I loved? That girl. That lady you brought.
Wambui.
Yeah.
The girl?
Yeah.
Cecilia.
Yeah. So I loved her.
Oh, you love that part?
I loved that podcast. She's so honest.
Yeah, she was.
And I think a lot of people maybe got angry with her, and I feel like people get when you talk about like sexually as a sexually liberated woman, when you talk about sex, people get angry about it. They're like, ugh, something really,
She told me she gets a lot of hate from
People are
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
on TikTok.
it's on, yeah, and she is quite, she's quite dramatic. But I follow her. I love her stories.
All right.
I can
Oh, you
I can
follow her on
tell when
TikTok?
it's like an act and when she's being honest.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's okay.
No, but she said it there that sometimes she just does.
She makes it up, exactly, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. She was telling me the way she talks.
5, 4.
All right. Maybe you can just restart it so we just start from there.
Cool. You were saying that the way she tells you're gonna start on that.
Yeah, she was saying.
Wait, pause.
She was saying.
Pause.
Are we good?
What was she saying?
She was saying that first of all, she gets a lot of hate by women on TikTok. And then she gets men texting her to talk about certain things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when she's talking about that stuff, they make sure their partners are around so they can hear.
So they can hear. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's my point exactly. Like sometimes you need to, like okay, maybe that's why I say I enjoy like male podcasts, and I don't do the girlfriend thing very well. Like you hardly see me hang with like my girlfriend. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. But I enjoy watching guys and being like in a group of guys. Like you guys, like earlier today when we were eating, having lunch, and just talking and that banter, because I feel like it's most honest then.
Yeah.
If you want to learn about men, just hang around them. They will talk about it at some point. It'll be funny and be all
But now what happens now when say you're dating? Do you reduce on hanging with men?
Absolutely.
Oh, you
also
do?
because I feel like, not because of me, but because if I want to maintain the relationship, which is very
right.
hard for me to do, because I do feel like
Yeah, because you have many people who are your friends calling you.
Yes, but so I try to be as open as I can and be like, this is who this is how we hang out, this is blah blah blah, this one has hit on me, this one hasn't hit on me, we used to date. So I try to give as much information as possible. I think if someone's jealous, they are, and there's nothing you can do about it, but you can try and be as transparent as possible.
Okay.
I feel like if you shut down too much of your life because of someone, it becomes a problem. Either I will start to resent them, or they will continue to mistrust me, and I'm being open with you so that you can be comfortable when I tell you, hey, I've gone out to record an Ini with Kinamanu, and I might be there 2 hours, I might be there 10 hours. I'll tell you about it when we hang out.
But I guess the beauty of being a mature man dog is like if she says that, you're like, I just go do it. Like you don't start becoming a remote control. Like, are you still there? I was just send a photo. I feel like that's crazy.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Video calling.
Look at it also is that is shit you have absolutely no control over.
Yes.
You can delude yourself that you do, but you don't.
And you'll never have control.
You'll never have control. So
and I think we're better cheaters. Women will. If I wanted to cheat on you, I could do a very good job at it. So
you're actually doing yourself a disservice by fucking with their trust.
I agree.
With their I don't trust you vibes that you're giving.
Yeah.
Fucks with actually that trust and becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think
like,
so.
okay, fine, I'll cheat then. That's what you think I'll do, and you'll never find out. So I feel like, hey, hiyo kitu itakukula kichwa for nothing.
Yeah, man,
just avoid it. But like, you know what? If this person is Nini, it's already too late then.
Yeah.
If she's cheating, it's already too late because we are together.
Yeah.
Because you'll never know.
Yeah.
So the best way is just to believe. I think it's also the lack of information, which is good because it's like she's not, you believe she's not.
Yeah.
But if she is, God forbid she is, then that's another situation.
Yeah.
But as far as you know and you're concerned, she's not.
She's not.
Yeah, true.
So why are you making these things up in your head that she is yet? There's no information to tell you that she is.
It's a tricky thing. Like for me, like we did like when I have dated someone and like when I do a show or something like that, and like a guy will come and be like, hey, blah blah blah, can I have your number? Because for the comedy, I'm single or not single for the joke.
Yes.
It's up to you to come and find me personally and go, hey, are you single? And that fucks with guys. I've seen that fuck with guys a lot, and I'm always like, if I wanted to not be with you, I wouldn't be with you. I'm old enough and mature enough and independent enough to not be in the picture. If I didn't want to be.
Yeah. Because you just decide, right?
Yeah, I don't need to.
Like, there's no
Why would I
time.
lie to you?
Yeah.
Not interested.
There's a time I used to be quite rough on my wife, like calling her, asking her where the heck she is.
Yeah. Video call me.
No, not video call. I didn't get that, thankfully.
There was no video call.
But I'd call her, she didn't pick. Then I'm like, so my thoughts would go wild, like, what the heck is this chick?
How did you get over that?
I think I just grew.
You just accept it, bro.
Yeah. And then when I grew, I just got so much peace.
Yeah.
Like
But
my
you also
life
probably
went
just got
up
a
by-
life.
Yeah.
Because there's also not a lot of incentive for people to do certain things we might believe they do when you are in your vulnerable, insecure period. There's no incentive for them to be doing that unless there is, right?
Yeah. Okay, I haven't gotten what you said.
the thing is, you just a better way is you just have to believe the best in someone, your partner.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to look at it. Because then utajipatia tu amani yako. Now maybe ukipata mashauku zako pia you can go and just equalize. I don't know. I don't fucking know because you really can't do the other thing.
May figure out you can't control a human being.
Exactly. You can't.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like a human being will just do what they want. You know, you can hope they won't do what you fear they'll do, but you can't control it. You know.
Also, I also think like starting to think about like those things like becomes a self-fulfilling process. Like,
Although you should take responsibility for, to a certain extent, especially when you're in a relationship, doing the thing that your partner may need to be confident in you doing the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're coming from a broken relationship and you're a bit paranoid, I think then as a girlfriend I want to do a bit more to be like, don't be paranoid. This is what's happening. This is what my scene is.
Absolutely.
It's a fine line
and
though.
Vice versa too, I guess.
Between creating a stalker and a good relationship.
So have you been in relationships where you've had someone who's like stalking you and following?
Yeah, I've had full-on stalking. I think he got into my social media. It was awful. It was awful.
Was it?
And then I never. This had never happened before. He tried, like you know how women get pregnant, with someone. They trap a guy, tried to pregnant me.
Impregnate.
Yeah. Later he told me about it. Like now when we had made up as friends, he's like, "Do you remember that time?"
Eating malenges.
Huh?
Malenge and power.
He did many things.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Sunflower seeds.
Don't answer his semen.
It's very easy.
3 times.
By the way, guys, pineapple. It's not just before. You have to be taking it for a while. PSA. I'm just putting it out there because she's doing it for next Monday. She's planning ahead for next week. Yeah.
So what's the story?
Yeah, don't just drink a. You know, guys are like, oh, I'm hooking up with a girl. Glug pineapple.
So what's the pineapple doing for the guy?
It makes your
semen tastier.
Yeah, better. Just nicer.
Oh, okay.
I don't think taste is an option. Better, allegedly.
Okay. You guys need to.
But you have to be consistent with those pineapples, you guys. Kinda Del Monte.
You knew that stuff.
Huh? For a week.
You guys are lying, you guys.
No, he knows. You know.
Yeah, you didn't know, you guys.
Listen, Bashir, don't listen to this old man. Listen, he's trying to pull you in.
These things, but that's so weird. Like someone tried to reverse trap you.
Yeah, that was later when we had made up as friends and we're talking, having Java. He's like, by the way, you know that time. But he did a lot of crazy shit. It was crazy.
He tried to impregnate you, trap you, and by leaving it inside when you had agreed to
Can I say this? He pulled out his nini, the whatever. Bad manners. Don't do that. It's against the law, guys. It's a crime. Don't do that shit.
It's actually a crime.
Yeah.
Wait, this thing man looks some watch and it was.
It's a crime for sure.
So I was telling you guys, and I feel like we should record this. I don't feel like getting married again.
But is it because you feel like you've done your is it the institution of marriage that you're avoiding? Are you?
I feel like I was just marrying because people marry. I don't feel like I studied to find out what being married is, and then like what it takes to actually maintain a marriage. I was uneducated. I was just fitting into society's norms. When you get a job, get married, then have kids, and then become a granddad. But why? Why are you doing all those things?
Although I do think, though, honestly, Manu, I think if you're the kind of person who, like, this is like your time to be like a bit of a freak or to do all the things you probably didn't explore in your marriage. But I think you're the kind of person, if you got remarried, even to the same person again, you probably have a better quality of relationship than you probably had when you were married. I think it's maybe just also the trap, not really a trap, but when you marry young and haven't really explored the breadth and depth of your money, sexuality, all of that stuff, you almost have to resent the person that you're with, and take them for granted.
And I feel like maybe that happened to my wife because I met her when she was 19, right?
Oh, look at you, cradle snatcher.
That's it, Joe.
She just got her ID.
Looking at her booty, you guys, she's bitter in JK shit. So I feel like one of the things she felt, and I don't know if it's terrible sharing it here, but that she felt like maybe she didn't live her life.
She probably didn't, and that's the thing.
That's a fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's like, hey, you didn't give me time to just be me.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. There's a friend of mine who told me about his friend who got divorced, and then his ex-wife hooked up with this guy, and then they had this thing, and she got pregnant. Then this guy left and went to America. You know, he didn't tell her he's leaving, but he just disappeared. But this guy hooked back up with that ex-wife
and raised the baby
and adopted the baby.
Oh, nice. Good for them both, actually.
That's interesting. Man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This guy
Lots of guts.
But Manu, would that be an option for you?
I don't know. I've never thought about it happening to me.
Well, think about it now. Would that be an option?
Like
to hook up with somebody who already has a child, like say
hook up with someone who has a child?
Yeah.
No, I don't mind.
And take on the responsibility to buy their storybooks,
stuff like that.
Buy books and stuff.
Tambelina.
Yeah, I don't mind you guys.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I can really be playing with that toy, you guys. Check it, where Nico 18, bro. Check, sorry, I was just eager. I was eager to throw you up and down. So you would hook up with a guy with children?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I've dated guys who have children.
Yeah, how's that like?
Interesting. Interesting. I like to look at the relationship they have with the mothers of the children.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like it's a bit of a tale of what they could be, because that's a lot of the time, not always, but sometimes you get to see the other side of a guy based on how he treats someone.
Yeah, true.
But just generally, just what someone says about their ex, whether or not they had children, tells you a lot about them, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
So you think that's how I'm being judged?
Of course.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but there's people who like that. And you do this fake nice guy thing.
Who, me? No, but I'm a nice guy.
No, you're not.
I'm a nice guy, that's for sure.
He's not. Is he a nice guy?
You guys see me, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, it's a facade.
I've never treated you badly.
Yeah. Fungua roho.
But it is the time to bring up that bill alikuwa. Alisema kila mtu alipe saidia.
And the way he blames you for all the drinking in this podcast. It makes you look like the alcoholic.
No, but you guys see me, I'm not generally nice guy. I think I'm too nice.
You're not the typical. You don't give that. That's a problem. Like it sneaks up on the other person.
I don't think you're a nice guy. I think you do nice things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To make up
Oh, that sounds a bit honest, actually, Doug.
Yeah.
This might be hard for Manu to hear.
Yeah, must.
Tamsumbua sana. The whole weekend.
You're an okay guy.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You're alright.
No, thanks, guys.
Because also there's no really nice guy.
No.
Yeah, there is, right?
So that's why I say I like thugs and this.
Yeah, and then nice guys are boring, right?
It's
There.
honest.
Yeah.
It's what you're saying.
It's there, he'll fuck someone up or he'll, I love
It's
that shit.
dangerous.
I love, some danger.
That's it, Joe.
Yeah, but there's no nice guy. There are people who do nice things.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I guess it's a nice note for ending this pod, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice
You didn't make me cry too much. Thanks, Manu.
Yeah, at least
I was worried.
I was about to get back into the crying stories, but I guess
The
we'll
sex
save it
ones
for
took
the-
over.
You're not a nice guy.
The sexual ones took over.
I'll take them. I guess you'll come back again and we can get into that.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that to me.
What?
Because everyone you've said that to hasn't come back. Only
Oh,
Aman
guys have come back.
and Doug. But these are your friends.
No, guys have come back.
Who has come back?
Aman has come back.
Exactly.
This guy.
Doug.
This guy
But then
comes all
Doug
the time.
works right next to you. Bash has no option.
No. No, he has a new option in Ken Ben.
Yeah. I have to say though, I listen. I'm honestly, I'm not kissing ass. I listen to you all the time.
Oh,
I love the banters with you and Bash. I don't watch you because I'm only driving when I listen to the podcast, but it's one of my favorites.
No, thank you.
Really, really.
Thank you very much.
Really, really good.
Thanks,
And
man.
please bring more thugs. There's a few that you brought who I now stalk. When my lover is not
what's his
looking.
name?
Diesel.
Like who? Did you check out Diesel's episode though?
Mtamu umefunga ukatupa kitu.
Giza.
And you know that one was the edited one.
Do you
Look at
have
me
a,
cutting out what he said. Check it.
you-
You watch
This
it.
is not nice. This is not nice.
Damn! I was saying you're saying some things, so I was looking at him with my mouth. Check it.
Patreon?
Even Patreon will cancel me.
Will not accept.
You guys, it gets really hot in here.
It does.
I think we'll need AC in
It's
this
also
room.
the lights.
It's mostly because of the lights.
Yeah, man. So even me, I'm heating up like a bitch.
It's because I'm here. Hey.
Yeah, you watch it to again. I'm a demo.
Neo.
Okay?
Did you put the wrong one? Put the Wainame ama yeah. Which one have you put? Girls, tunainama.
But the girls are not. Wait, the other day I was walking. Was that with you, Bash? I was just walking like this, and some chick was telling me that she watches the pod yake.
Nice.
So I guess Madame and another Rinama
In this area.
But most of them like this guy for some reason.
Who, Bash? Yeah, because he gives that I don't give a fuck attitude.
There's not
It's
chick
very
who told me,
sexy
Emmanuel,
for
you're
girls.
from the pod, you're funny. But I'm
Yeah.
normally there for Bash.
Yeah. Oh.
Taking me, bitch. I didn't say it.
But girls on the podcast, where Manu shoots his podcast, is very popular with divorce. There's a lot of divorced men,
Around.
single men in this area.
Yeah.
So get Manu to invite you and then just hang around with a blouse that's a bit open, not too much. Just like
it's a
I'm sending out my PSA
Get
to the
some nice
girls.
mature
One that
guys.
looks like you can do groceries but also be freaking.
Exactly. He'll go to Naivas
Yes.
or Quick Mart
Yes.
and pick you tampons, but also buy storybooks
and
for
go
your
and buy
kid.
for you P2.
And,
Did you ever go buy P2 for your chick? I think that's the ultimate sign of love. I'm not
No,
Bash.
pulling out is the ultimate sign of love.
All right.
Pull out.
It's beyond P2.
P2 is really bad for you. Girls,
Yeah,
P2
yeah.
is really fucked for you.
Actually, I didn't. I paid for it. I was in college.
Look at you dishing out 200 bob.
You sent a bike.
It's $40.
It was 40. Oh, so in that side. So,
$40.
so, so can I just tell you why I knew why it's so
Just keep it,
expensive?
keep
I
it.
remember going on holiday with Aki. Sorry, I'm not name dropping, but there you go. I was in Scotland on holiday with my lover. I thought I forgot to carry P2 from here, so I had to go to a chemist to get it. And they are like, okay. And they pull me aside. They're like, do you know what you're taking? Do you know what
seriously?
the effects are? And I'm over 18, so like I'm a kid. They counsel you. They tell you what it does to you. And then I remember coming here and talking to a gynecologist, and you're like, this shit's really bad for you.
All right.
It shouldn't be sold over the counter. It shouldn't be that cheap.
Right. And it shouldn't be
fucks
that
with-
accessible.
It shouldn't be that accessible. It fucks with
Because I
you.
kind of feel like they know because there's that look that they give.
Yes, they should
don't
tell
tell you
you.
why they're looking
They
at
should
you like
fucking
that.
tell you how bad it is for you.
Ah.
Even if you're not planning to have kids.
What did they say?
So it messes up with your hormonal cycle. It gives, and I remember I would get weird like acne and things like, and not realize that they were related. And he was like, "This shit is so bad." After that, you come and talk to someone about contraception, or he was like, "Do you talk to your lover about a condom?" And I remember that's when I realized that a lot of Kenyan men are resistant to wearing a condom. It's such a taboo. But I'm like, but we fuck our bodies over for this guys so much.
To the point
Just
of
so that they
taking
can
P2s.
P2 is bad. Like if you have to, it should be like 1 and 2 years. That's how bad it is.
Seriously, it's like Red Bull.
Oh, people do it.
Like Red Bull. Manu, your idea of living on the air is so whack.
I know.
Red Bull.
Oh, I'm living dangerous to the
He's
day.
like,
I'm bad.
I'm having 2 Red Bulls. Huh?
Sure, that's okay.
One Red Bull like
But kina Kevo, their bestseller is P2, eh?
Really?
Kwanza on weekend
Yeah.
from today.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
be selling those things like hot bread.
Yeah, I knew those things were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
thanks for
they tell you.
sharing, Shazz.
Sorry, I just have to say this shit if I
I think
get a
that's the
chance.
clip we're gonna cut.
Say that again.
We'll cut it as a clip.
Oh, really? That's what I'm gonna get paid famous for, talking about P2.
No, among others.
Among others.
Among other things. Wait, Shazz, thanks for coming through.
I loved it so much. Thank you,
So this
boys.
Shazz really fed us and brought
man.
for Bashir and Gilbis.
I wasn't even supposed to be
I was
here,
told
but
that's what you
I
drink.
smelled the food.
Yeah. It wasn't even my vibes, it was the food.
Yeah.
Kuna
So
biryani hapa.
thank you so
Shazz,
much
thank you,
for coming through, Shazz. Do you have anything to tell Shazz before she leaves?
Thank you, Shazz. Thank you for the hugs, for the food, and for the drink.
For the hugs.
So we're hanging out, Shaz. Why are you saying that Shaz is leaving?
No, see, we're ending the pod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're doing a good. We're landing.
Guys,
the ship.
please follow, subscribe, like
Yeah,
my episode.
yeah.
So
I'm
that I
sure
can
this
be
one will
invited
one of those
back.
Killer episodes, Mazi. But this is just what's it called? A bonus. This guy was in love with a comedian.
Oh, really? I can
Yeah.
imagine which one.
How did it go, Maz?
Me,
You gave up on that story.
I was in love with him.
See, there's a chick you would like who's a comedian. You gave up.
I didn't give up because I language badly.
All right.
Ah, guys.
See you guys in the next one. Bye.